Show us all your best moves, Sam Carver. We promise to give you all the net results, so raise your hands in victory and celebrate Cardinal sports with us. We promise to make it our goal to bring you all the best stuff. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. And you know, we're going to have to make it quick tonight because we've got a lot to show you, and we're going to try and do a short show.
Well,
Don't walk away from your sets.
We are a little short on video, but a lot of things. Regular season's wrapping up, postseason's starting, so we're going to jam it into 15 minutes, let you see it twice in the same amount of time. Girls hockey team we start with, they may have finished the season with that humbling loss to top-ranked Blake. But the Catbirds are playing some pretty good hockey going into the postseason. They went 9-1 in the month of January, including 8 straight shutouts by keeper Sammy Miller. That earned them a higher seed over Rogers for the 5AA quarterfinal on Saturday. The Royals, though, had a little better record, came in looking for something to prove against SLPCR. Catbirds get exactly the start they wanted. Right off the opening draw, they get it deep. Brina Del Castillo walks out, puts it on goal. Cameron Crawford sweeps in the rebound. Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids leads just 17 seconds in. Royals controlled most of the first period, though, and kept the Catbirds locked in their own zone. Pressure finally paid off when Peyton Levis scored at the back door. That evened things with 3 minutes left in the first period. And Rogers' pressure intensified on the power play. Great movement and phenomenal finish. Perfect redirect by Caitlin Lloyd at the hash mark. Gives the Royals the 2-1 lead after the first. Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids saw limited opportunities on offense. Nice setup by Brina on this one in the second period. Then after the shot is deflected, she nearly finishes at the back door, but the score remains the same. Until midway through the third, when Rogers' leading scorer Peyton Levis gets around the corner with her speed, able to slip the backhander just over Miller's shoulder. Levis' second, a 3-1 lead with 7:14 to play. Catbirds will not go gently into that good night. They will scratch and they will claw back and they will pull their goalie, create a lot of traffic out front. Brina Del Castillo cashing in at the back door. Made it a 1-goal game with 39 seconds left, but the Catbirds could not find the equalizer. And the Rogers Royals hold on for the minor upset at 3-2.
Yeah, no question about it. You got to give them credit because they pressured Coon Rapids most of the night, Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park most of the night, and I think that they just were a little bit of a better team that evening.
Well, and either way, the team that came out of that game was up against a big challenge because number 1 seeded, number 4 ranked Blaine awaits in the semifinals. The other 3 teams in the semifinals all ranked in the state's top 8. Maple Grove currently number 3, Centennial number 8. It's going to be a good finish to that section
tournament. It should be a lot of fun. Well, the boys hockey team will finish the regular season schedule this week, playing at Andover on Tuesday, then hosting Anoka for the finale on Thursday. Last week, a couple of games from the other side of the Northwest Suburban, starting with a visit from Maple Grove. The Crimson came in at 15-5 in third place in the North, and they would give the Cardinals all they could handle. Coon Rapids came in on a 2-game win streak and trying to keep it going. They get on the board first. Travis Hess tracks this one down. Then on the breakaway, snaps it past the keeper, and the Cardinals lead 5 minutes into the game. Well, the Crimson are going to answer late in the first. Turnover in the Cardinals zone. Justin Kelly slides the backhander home to even the score. Maple Grove outshot the Cards 12-2 in the first, but it was tied at 1. Maple Grove's going to keep the pressure on in the second, hammering away at the net, but Ty Hansen came up big a number of times. Couple of saves on this play kept it tied at 1. Crimson finally take the lead with a power play goal late in the second. Hansen makes the initial save, but Jarrett Camerata able to put home on the rebound, giving Maple Grove the 2-1 edge going to the third. The final frame, probably the best for the Cardinals, but they can't find the equalizer. Maple Grove finally gets an insurance goal. Just 5 minutes left. Jack Kelly's shot bounces through traffic into the net, and the Crimson hold on from there to get that 3-1 win.
And that was a pretty good, well-played game to come up with only a 3-1 loss to Maple Grove. Blaine not having its greatest year, but always seems to have the Cardinals' number. They beat the Cardinals 7-2. Isaac Ruff had both goals for the Cardinals, one on the power play and one shorthanded. Crotty and Hess getting assists. Ty Hansen gave up 7 goals. And Argeros came in for about the last 10 or 11 minutes and made 15 saves and did not give up any. And as you mentioned, they're at Andover on Tuesday, and then they host Anoka on Thursday for the season finale. And Howie?
I think we'll be there.
We will. Wrestling team will be in Forest Lake on Friday for the Section 7 AA Team Championships. Finished the regular season schedule with a trip to Anoka on Friday. Cardinals and the Tornadoes were both undefeated in the conference, so the Northwest Suburban title was on the line, along with, of course, the Golden Shoes. But this is one of the best Anoka teams in years, and they showed why they are so highly regarded with a very convincing victory. Cardinals get the meet started right thanks to a great effort by 106-pounder John Svobody. He was able to grind out a 4-3 decision over Anoka's Parker Dobrkey. The rest of the night really belonged to the home team, though. Anoka has 8 wrestlers ranked in the top 10. Tyler Eichen's ranked number 1 at 138. Got the first period pin on Cardinals' Will Larson. Anoka led 25-3 at that point. Jason Rollins gets Anoka its 3rd pin early in the second period at 152 pounds, showing persistence to finally force Styler gets to the mat. Tornadoes also had 5 tech falls over the Cardinals. The final match, though, was still exciting, although the outcome was already in hand for the Tornadoes. 2 top 6 ranked heavyweights go to overtime and sudden victory. Brandon Frankfurt escapes in the 4th overtime period to get the win over number 4 ranked Tim Mandyke, and that completed the 13 in a row match count for the Tornadoes after the opening win by Svobody.
Well, Anoka certainly has had a history of really nice wrestling squads, as Coon Rapids has as well. You know, Coach Springer came up to us and talked about the fact he may have the best team that he's had in quite a while.
Yeah, he was downright giddy about how good his team is right now, and they are the number 1 seed. And Andover and Champlain Park will play on Thursday to see who will face Anoka in the first round. Coon Rapids, the 5 seed, will get Cambridge Isani. Forest Lake, the 3 seed, gets Blaine. And Elk River, the number 7 seed, will face 2nd seeded St. Francis. All that action on Friday out at Forest Lake. Gymnastics team wrapped up the regular season with a battle against Maple Grove, and their best score since the opening meet when they still had leader Hannah Gross. So great job showing that improvement, getting back to the 125.925. Cassie Rushmeyer was their leader on vault. Hetwer led on bars. Dieters led on beam. Rushmeyer also leading on floor. Dieters and Rushmeyer 3rd and 4th place in the all-around. Sections coming up on Saturday in Forest Lake for the gymnastics team. State will be the following weekend. Swimming and diving team has not competed. Their section tournament is the end of next week, Thursday through Saturday, or Friday through Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
One of those
Think
days.
about it. NORDIC team had its section tournament last week, and the Cardinals are sending 1 representative to state. 8th grader Ricky Petrov had the best finish for the boys. The way it works in Nordic skiing, it's the top 2 teams plus the 6 fastest that are not on one of those 2 teams. Ricky Petrov made it into that group with a 12th place overall finish. Paul Breitbach narrowly missed the margin, had a little trouble on one of the courses, and that may have cost him just the few seconds he might have needed. Haida was 23rd, Zandarowski right behind him, Thoen in 56th, and Jorgensen in 58th. Girls finished 6th place overall, Abby Ellenbecker in 16th, Olivia in 19th, Haberman was 30th, Karen 44th, Galadriel O'Grady in 47th, and Lila Gilliard was 52nd. Ricky Petrov competes at state on Thursday at Giants Ridge. Good luck. Congratulations on making the cut. Section meet for Alpine also held last week. They were in Giants Ridge for their section meet. The boys team finished in 16th place with a 169.5. Aaron Caroon, the top finisher, in 35th. Josh Wheeland was 62nd. Jake Side, 73rd. Kai Tweedy, 76th. And Hawkinson finished in 85th. Girls team finished in 13th place. Emma Bolin and Molly Bolin finished just 2/100ths of a second apart in their final meet of the year. Verbeek is in 88th, Bio in 92nd, Eckert in 94th, and Berg in 99th. The Bolin sisters both narrowly missed a trip to the state tournament. Boys basketball team, as we talked about, we did last week's show on Tuesday because they played Monday, Friday, the basketball teams. So just 1 game for the boys basketball team. They were at Osseo on Friday, and they come up just short. A buzzer beater 3 from the Orioles snatches the victory away from the Redbirds. Lionel Warner led the way with 18 points and 7 boards. Tyrion had 13 points. Winston and Carver each had 12 points and 4 boards. Brandon Pratt had 5 points, a couple of assists and a couple of steals, but they come up short. Cardinals are at Andover on Tuesday and host Blaine on Friday.
Nice to see 4 boys in double figures, though.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, they didn't get the win.
It would have been nicer had they won on the last second three-pointer.
Just one game since last sports night for the girls team as well. They had Osseo coming to the Fieldhouse on Friday night. The Orioles, another team struggling in their division. The Blackbirds had just 5 wins on the season and lost 5 straight. It would be a battle to the end to see whether the Orioles or the Cardinals would fly away victorious. We pick up the action with just 5 minutes left in the second half. Baseline jumper won't go for Caitlin Ackerman, but Lainey Hanneman in crashing the lane to clean up the boards. Cardinals trail by 3. After a hold on defense, the Cardinals able to creep a little closer. Good movement to find Ackerman underneath, and she's not going to miss from there. It's a 1-point game. 2.5 to play. Turnaround jumper is good for Caitlin Ackerman. Coon Rapids has the lead, 41-40. The Orioles are able to answer on the next trip. Good look from the perimeter. It won't fall. Zaria Reed in position for the offensive board. And the putback. That puts Osseo back in front. Under 90 seconds to play. Good look to find Caitlin on the baseline. Ackerman makes a strong move to the basket. We're tied at 43. After another critical stop on defense, Cardinals climb back on top. Ellie Carver in the middle gives Coon Rapids the lead with 15 ticks left on the clock. Osseo with one last chance at the buzzer coming up here. It was a super long 3-pointer. I guess we're not, yeah, there we're going to see it. Way over the backboard, and the Cardinals fans able to storm the court and celebrate the 45-43 win. Nice win for the girls.
Yep, and they too, they will host Andover on Tuesday. They're at Blaine on Friday. And Howie, we've got a couple of back-to-back games coming up Thursday, Friday. On Thursday, we'll be at the boys hockey regular season finale, and then on Friday at the Fieldhouse as the Cardinals host the Blaine Bengals. See girls basketball team at Maple Grove next Tuesday. But that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.